So hello everyone. This is a recording for the framework and pioneer task. So again, you will be assigned a username and password for this one, and just the same as the previous task before, which is the quickmar. We need to log into a remote desktop that was assigned to us. So for this one, to open up the framework, okay, let's go ahead and click on Pioneer first. Go to Pioneer RX, double click. Okay, let's just wait a bit. Okay, there you go. So for this one, since I already like set it up, for the first time you'll be logging in here. There are a bunch of stuff that you need to do. Like first is to set up this email and password for the first time user. So for this one, I'm gonna input my own password. Okay, there you go. And then once already logged into Pioneer, let's go ahead and log into Framework. Okay, so for Framework, this will be automatically match if you'll be logging to the computer and for the server name for this one. So you need to go to the server name and click on OK. So we need to minimize this one like that. Okay, so we're all set and let's go to the this one. So as you can see here, this was already done mostly, and let's take it for example here. So these are all the facilities. If we go back to the remote, so these are all the facilities. So if ever you are gonna work on this one, AIDE, so you need to choose AIDE. So let's try to choose like this one. So it's not yet done. We are not done. Something like that. Okay, so this one. AIDA. Click this one, then click OK. So let's wait for it to load. So to find the like patient, so don't get confused, okay? For the left side, it's a framework, and then for the right side, it's a pioneer. Let's go ahead and look the patient to the framework. So what we call here the dashboard. There are a lot of here, but just need to go on utilities, then find patient. So there you go. So what's the name here? Esbara Anthony. So Esbara and there you go. So when the name is correct here is Bara Anthony. Just click on open patient profile and it will pop up this one. So let's go to the Pioneer. So Isbara, just need to enter the first three letters, something like that. Okay, Isbara Anthony. So the way that the finding of patients works are two different, uh, like they behave separately. So for the framework, when the patient name got a match, just click on open patient profile. But for this one, you need to click on the name on it. Just for this one, so we already have the patient name, and then look for the green pencil like this one. Edit, click on edit. Okay, so I think we're all set. So first thing you need to do is to uh, so the main focus on this task is to uh, need to transfer the information from Pioneer to Framework. Since Framework CRM is the new one, so we need to update it. So, okay, let's go ahead and go to Framework first. So in Framework, uh, just need to remove the excess on the zip code. Like for this one, it's already empty. So this is all good. And then click on notices. So notices, some of it are found in other allergies and in the med sheet. So you need to delete them because the correct one was on drug allergy. So in order to delete it, click on here. So delete. As for these two here, this is already like encoded correctly, so we don't need to delete it. Click on save or back, and then if you click on other info, this one right here, other info, this is where you will find the second position. So this is important. AR info is their uh, the accounts receivable information. So if this patient is not yet updated, so the names here are blank. As for this one, it was already updated. So attachment, so we don't need to do attachment here. Custom and quality entry, no, we don't need to that. Go far from that. So these four tabs right here, general notices, other info, and air info are the ones that we will be using. Okay. So on the right side, there are also a lot of tabs here. So the ones that we'll be like using are the tags, the warnings, the literal orders, drug allergies, medical conditions, and the payment plans. Okay, so let's go back to the Pioneer. So this one right here, so there are also a lot of tabs in here, but don't worry, we won't like use all the tabs in there. So on this dashboard or menu, the ones we'll be using is the common and the facilities. This one. Okay, so let's discuss here the facilities. So facilities is where you'll find the doctor's name right here. It's under the primary and the second, or not a doctor, but I think physicians are doctors. So if the person right here is listed, so that's their primary physician, which is located on the general tab under framework. This one right here, physician. So it's blank because there's no physician listed on Pioneer. And then the alternate is the second physician. So if we go to framework, click on other info, so you list the second physician here. So since it's blank, there's none. And also the diet. So we need to list down the diet here. So since it's blank, we don't need to like enter it on framework. But for tutorial processes, you need to click on here, literal orders, then click on add the plus sign, choose diet, then go back to the Pioneer, then copy and paste it, then click on save. Then that's it. So undo that. Now we're done in facilities. Now let's go to common tab. So this one right here, the common tab uh, contains the most information that we need to use and transfer it over to the framework system. So first things off is this one right here, allergies. So for example, it's it was marked yes here. So you need to click on those three dots. It will list down all the like allergies or like the drug that will be used in curing it, but I'm not sure. So since it's there's no known allergies to framework. So to do that, go back to framework, look for drug allergies. So this one right here, click on the plus sign, then drug or class. So for this one, just type in no known drug allergies, then click on save. But this was already been updated, so we don't need to like save it. And then right after that, go to conditions. So these first three here are the ones that are important. The rest are none. So since the conditions has been marked yes, okay, this one right here, there are two. So for patient conditions, on framework, we need to click on medical conditions and then click on the plus sign like this one. So on this menu, we need to make sure that we use the ICD-10 for search for not the name, not the MCID, but the ICD-10. So let's go ahead and click on that. And then let's go back to Pioneer. So we just need to encode the ICD-10 code, which is right here. So for this one, it's E55.9. Let's type it in here, E55.9. Then click on enter or click on find. Then right after that, there are codes that are like somewhat get a match. It will be found here. So we need to carefully like choose the exact match. So if it's like 55.90 and you won't see a zero in here, so need to like leave it blank or don't choose the like the ICD-10 code and report it to Maura or Tracy. So as for this one, we got a perfect match. So click on here, then click on OK. So for this one, E559. So if we click on save, so it will display a error message because it was already been added to the framework. So let's go ahead and delete it, undo. Same goes for this one, E56.9. So ICD-10, E56.9. Okay, so E56.9. So um, sometimes there are a lot of like ICD-10 codes, so you need to like find it carefully using this one. So this is same as the first one. So click on that, okay, and then click on save. But for this one, it has already been added, so the system won't allow us to add a duplicate. So just cancel this one. So click no. Then right after that, then since we're already done here on the left side, we need to focus on this part here. So let's go ahead and look for critical comments right below. So the critical comments, sometimes there are comments here or a note from the doctor or physician. So we need to copy and paste that one, all of it, and then go to the framework system and click on warnings. So check if the note type is RX. So this one, the default note type is a match sheet, which is wrong. So we need to choose RX entry. There you go, RX entry. So once we choose the RX entry, click on edit, then copy and paste here. So as for this one, it's empty. So let's leave it blank. Gonna undo. Then right after that, let's go to AR. Then sometimes it's blank in here. So what do we do if it's blank? So okay, let me show you first what's inside of this one. So basically, the uh, AR info contains the primary street address, city, and then phone number. So if we go back to framework, click on the AR info, then the customer number and the name. If it's the first time you will enter it, you just need to like click once on this part right here, and it will auto populate the customer number and the name. So in order to fill in the address, city, state, and zip code, need to edit it. So every time you need to add something on the framework, always remember to click on edit or click on the plus sign. So as for here, so just copy and paste it. This one, St. Charles, IL, the zip code. So as you can see, the zip code is the first five that was only copied. So the last four digit, you need to copy it. Then USA, then a phone number right here. This is important. Then after that, close this one. Then for the tax group, make sure to choose taxable because there are uh, two options here: the non-taxable and the taxable. So make sure it's taxable. And the group code. So group code, um, we need to always choose the private pay. So how did we arrive the group code AID Aurora private pay? So the AID Aurora or the AIDA, if we go back to the sheet, the facility is AIDA, right? So it's AID Aurora. And also you can check on the facility if ever you forgot which facility are you working on. So you just need to check on this header here, this one. So AAD Aurora or AIDA. So you won't get confused. So if we click here, there are a lot of facilities choose from here. So make sure to choose private pay. The name of the facility plus private pay. I repeat, the name of the facility, which is AAD Aurora. Match it here on the header, AAD Aurora or AIDA, and then the private pay. And then the credit line or limit is 500. Now, right after it, you click on save. Right after you click on save, go to automatically or the must process is right after you add the air info. Go to tax status immediately. Click on find. Then put a check mark on this one, high tax and low tax, and click save. Then close. And then the next one, let's go back to the Pioneer. So let's go back to the third party and let's click all. So this is their current plans on the Pioneer. So we need to transfer it over to the framework system. So in order to do that, go to payment plans. There you go. So the payment plans right here. So the ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones who are the patient's current plans for Kudu Care. So below that are not highlighted in yellow, there are some that you need to delete it, and there are some that you need to update because it's part of the Kudu Care plans. So as for this one, uh, the bin is 0414798. So you need to delete this one because it's an old plan. And then also the express scripts 003858 Kodacare doesn't cater that one, so you need to delete it. So if you go to the framework, so as you can see, okay. So for the current plan, the bin is 011552, the 7. So the order of the rank here is that the main plan, it's always number one, and the preceding plan or the other plans, it's up to you how you rank it. But for like, um, well, anyways, it's not mandatory that you need to it from run rank to 1 to 100. But for formality, I'll just need to follow the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 100, or uh yeah, 100. So as for this one, since this is the main plan, so it's automatically rank 1. Then let's go over to the next plan. So 017804, this one, public aid. So this one is like a special case. If ever you will see this plan, public aid, there's a special like instruction to do it. So as for the public aid, uh, there are two like plans that you need to add under the framework system: the primary and the secondary. So if you are encoding it for the first time, it will be arranged as one, rank one, then rank two, the public aid, then three, which is this one, the express scripts, and the four, Kodo prescription plan, is four, but the agent did is delete, which is correct. So there are three plans that you need to delete it: the Kodo prescription plan, the RX coupon, and um, hold on, I forgot the second one. Okay, so Kodo subscription plan, shipping, and the RX local coupon. Okay, so take note of that, guys. And then, so if you will see the Kodo prescription plan, if the bin matches here on the framework, you need to automatically delete it. And then for this one, so need to delete express scripts. Okay, let's go back to the public aid. So the public aid is a special scenario wherein you need to add a secondary plan. So when you first see this public aid, sometimes it will be rank number two or three, depending on the plan number of plans that the patient has. So for this one, we don't need to do anything right here for the first or the primary plan. So right after that, we need to add a secondary plan or person. So in order to do that, click on the plus sign. Yes. So if for if for example that's number two, or you number it number two, you need to number it three, or it depends on you. Then mode of payment 01784 dash 3. So why dash 3? There you go. The LPOP secondary. There you go. Then click on default and then make sure that the secondary is checked. Okay. And then on the other info, you need to scroll it down. Okay. So on the other info, the cardholder ID and the patient relationship code are blank. So where did they get this information? Let's go back to this one. This one right here. Cardholder information. So you need to copy and paste that, and then 3, then secondary, default. Okay, so scroll down. So double click on it and then copy and paste. Then patient relationship code should be always one. Then after that, this portion right here are not found on the first time you will add it. So you need to add it manually. In order to do that, click on add. So scroll down up until this one, segment coordination of benefits and other payments. So the first thing you need to add uh, is the 337 AC, 4C I mean, this one, and the first and the last three, this one. You need to add this four, but the arrangement is 38, 39, 40, and the 37. So remember it's 38, 338, 337, 338, 339, and 340. So right after that, you click on OK, and it will be right here. So just need to follow this one. If you will come across to the coordination benefits, it's always one. The other coverage is always one, zero one. I mean, the other payer ID qualifier 03, and the other payer ID is the 0111552, which is the main plan of the patient. Okay, and then right after that, you need to go back and add the rest of it. Scroll down. So the ones that we add is the 37, 38, 39, 40. So just need to add the rest. This one and this five over here. So need to click OK, and after that it will populate here, which is shown here, and then that's it. Then click on save, and then you're done. Then after that, click on quit, and then it will mark a confirmation if you like to update the patient's reorder. So just click on yes, 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 and until you will finish it. So the last process is the payment plan. So right after you'll be done adding the payment plans, so I would suggest to check first all the tabs. First one, general. So the zip code must be the first five only. And then notices, it should be drug allergies and medical conditions. Other info, second physician if available. Then the AR info, this one right there. So once done, go back to general and then click on edit and then uncheck this one. Patient profile needs to be reviewed. This this one right here was already unchecked because it was already reviewed by another agent. So right after unchecking it, click on save, and then you that's it. So you need to move on to another patient.